Child, I got to talk about these heifers again, but I'm here for it. Look, I love doing reality TV reviews, and hopefully you guys will sink your teeth into this one. Please be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe. You know the nine. Y'all know the deal, okay? We got to get these watch time hours up, okay? So, yeah, I got to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, episode 14, Ups and Makeups. I don't normally do this, or I haven't been doing it for a minute, because some of the episodes just was not giving it. It just wasn't giving it. I was just like, let me say what I got to say for the live, and then I got y'all on the next episode if the episode is given. This episode kind of gave because it left off on some situations, okay? So we picked up from the Karen versus Charisse SmackDown. I don't know what you want to call it. The geriatric fight. It was a mess. Okay, we got these girls slapping, smacking tables and acting like they about to throw glass and throw hands. Like, literally, I ain't never seen Karen in my life get bucked like that. Like, where is this aggression and energy coming from? Please, someone who has watched the previous seasons, know what is going on between these two. Honestly. And it does kind of seem like there's something else that either Karen is not telling, something that Charisse knows and is threatening Karen to out. I don't know. But all I know is these girls did not get along, and they was almost about to go to blows. It almost looked like. So they calm down. They get back to the table, whatever. They sit down. And basically, Karen's whole situation is, my whole thing is you went to my mother's funeral and I just wanted to know, I question your genuineness because when you seen me the other time and you made that comment like, oh, well, I was the only person that went to your mother's funeral, unlike these other girls and this, that, and the third. And I just felt like you were just trying to use that for clout or something like that. I can see where Karen is coming from, because when it comes to family, when it comes to things that are serious and important, you want to be mindful of your friends or associates' genuineness when it comes to, if that's even a word, when it comes to somebody, a family member dying and someone just wanting to be there just to be there or just to show that, just to save face. I mean, cameras weren't at the funeral. I mean, there was no it was no paparazzi. It was not an event. It wasn't a live show event or whatever the case is, celebrity event. Like, she literally came there to support you and console you with the loss of your mother. And being that she knows how that feels, she had family members that died. She said her brothers, sisters, mothers, father. Like, Charisse knows what it feels like, and I guess she was trying to console Karen. I don't. Charisse gets a bad rep to me, and this is just from my viewing of her on this season. She seems a little genuine to me. I mean, she doesn't seem like she's trying to clout chase anything. I think that she wants to make connection with it, because when you find out towards the end, it's like, I put this damn group together. Of course I want to be a part of it. She has every right to be a part of the group. Just because one person doesn't want her to be there, I don't think that there's an issue. Now, at first, I was very skeptical of there being some type of secret, because I know we talked about this on the live with El Teddy, and El Teddy believes and has a theory that there's some type of secret that Charisse knows that Karen doesn't want out. At first, I wasn't thinking that, but then as the argument kept on going and Karen not really giving a clear messaging or a clear reason why she doesn't mess with Charisse, it does look like they're hiding something, or she's hiding something. Karen says that Charisse has been banned from events, and that people and families, for attacking certain people, and Karen wasn't bringing up no names. Charisse was saying that her friends took her to rehab. Once again, Charisse was nobody was saying names, so it's like people. He said, she said. Now, I think Karen kind of confirmed it though, because she said she made some type of comment, and then somebody was like, well, "What's that supposed to mean?" I'm like, "So was you really going to rehab?" It just was a mess, and it did left Charisse a little bitter after the conversation and throughout the entire episode, because she did kept bringing it up, like, how Karen's fake and all that. Yeah. But and Ashley and freaking Blizzard Giselle gonna sit there and say, oh my God, trying to make Peacemaker like, oh, the shaman worked, like this is what was needed and this and that. I'm like, girl, y'all started this whole thing. Not really Ashley, fuck Ashley, but not really Ashley, but really Giselle. Like, you started this whole thing, and then you want to sit there and say, "Oh, it looked like we got somewhere. Let's table it." Girl, not when you brought up the whole thing. It's yo, I'm telling you, this is high school as hell. Like when I tell you, when the person that got and look, I know because all right, I used to be a linebacker. I used to linebacker on some drama. I used to know some information, and then I'll bring it up to certain parties, and then they get into it, and I just step back. Just like Giselle is not slick. Like I know exactly what she's doing here because I played the game. I played the okay, let's be very clear. That was my humble beginnings. Okay, I don't do that shit no more. But like, yeah, Giselle, we know what you're doing. Ain't no damn peacemaker. Y'all wasn't y'all. Nothing peaceful happened at this event. Okay, it was melee, complete melee. Oh, they tried to get Mia and Jacqueline to reconcile. I don't know who brought that up, but they tried to get Mia and Jacqueline to bring up whatever they got going on. And Jacqueline was like, I don't want to. I don't want to have this conversation around you guys. I don't know y'all. We're gonna have our conversation on the side. Y'all go ahead, do what y'all got to do, and it was shut down. I was like, okay, Jacqueline. I was like, we shutting this down, honey. We ain't doing it in front of y'all. Well, the girls went out partying while Mia and Jacqueline spoke. In their, I think in Jacqueline's room or whatever. And basically they got nowhere. It was the same thing. I think Jacqueline was upset that Mia said that she sleeps with married men, alleging that it was Gordon, which Mia didn't really say that. You still kind of was telling on yourself. She said in her confessionals, I mean, no, you slept around with multiple married men and this, that, and the third. And that's when Jacqueline got mad and she was like, well, but didn't you sleep with Gordon when he was married? And then Mia was like, well, yeah, I did, but at least I owned up to it. Now, I need somebody in the comments to really watch this show to confirm that. Because and she hasn't been on here for that long, so I've seen clips of her. I've never seen this woman say to the group, I don't care what she says behind closed doors, because behind closed doors is not living in your truth, right? I never seen this girl say, yes, I got this man because when he was married to somebody else. I don't know. Mia is a little bit of a narcissist. Okay, he's the pot calling the kettle black. Okay, the fact of the matter is y'all both probably slept with married men. Why you got to bring up her shit? Petty. Just to be petty. And I know I'm going ahead in the show, whatever, but no, Wendy was right. Like, you don't know how to be a friend. You had 30 years with this girl. You've been friends with this girl for that long, and you threw her right under the bus. Okay, threw her to the wolves for no reason. I couldn't be Mia, friend, child. I couldn't be Mia. That is a vindictive, like Wendy said, honey, gotta be word. Okay. Cause ain't nowhere in the world. No, that's that. You tell him you tell him my business, but your shit ain't. You know what I'm saying? And Jacqueline should have violated her then. Why didn't you say that? To see she trying to save her. She was trying to be a good friend. Man, fuck that. I'd have been like, well, I ain't the only one that be sleeping around with married men. Let's be very clear how you got Gordon. I would have definitely said that, child. I don't care what nobody has to say about that, child. Anyway, so the girls go to the beach or whatever. They do this condaline. I don't know what the hell Ashley be having them doing, but those girls was over here doing yoga, meditations. They was gyrating, and it just was looking. I was like, girl, this is not. I blanked out at that scene, so I was like, okay. And I also blanked out at them going swimming at this lake or whatever. I mean, it was fun to look at, I guess. Karen was like, oh my god, I need some Benadryl, child. Damn sinuses is messing up at that place, and people was getting bit by mosquitoes. I didn't care about that. Now, Ashley and Candace, I think during lunch they talked things out, like they brought up their whole situation, and basically Ashley explains why she brought that damn jump scare girl, okay, Deborah, to the event to talk to Candace. And Candace basically says, I feel like that was fake and it just came from a bad place. And then Ashley brings up, well, you said things and was shady to me in the past, so maybe I had some animosity towards you. She brought up the fact that Candace kind of came for Ashley talking about her, I think, miscarriage or something like that. Yeah, I think she had like a miscarriage or something. I'm not sure, but talking about how like she had like fake tears, like she wasn't crying, she was crying, but she didn't have no real tears, and that she was just basically lying about that. So, they both said things in the past behind closed doors that got back to them, and they felt hurt, and they did things, hurt people, and basically they kind of got like a middle ground with this. Like it was, I would say that's the most realist. Let me word that correctly. I ain't gonna say realist because Ashley's still fake. I think the apology on both sides was genuine. It looked genuine. It looked like they're trying to move past whatever beef they got going on. Now I don't know. These girls will probably beef in the next episode at this point. Who knows with this group? But it did seem real. It did seem that they were moving in a step in the right direction. And can't say the same for these other beefs, child. Because we get to this dinner scene. But before we get to the dinner scene, we're at the point where Charisse is still talking about the whole Karen situation. Like, she's really messed up about the whole situation. Like, I don't blame her. She was trying to come back to the group, or in some type of capacity, she wants to be a part of this group. She built the damn group. That's what she said. She brought the girls together, and they are the reason why there is a Housewives of Potomac, from my understanding. So, yeah, I would want to be in this group, and I feel bad that somebody just for no reason, or no valid reason for that matter, doesn't want me to be a part of this group or be associated with the group, or whatever the case is. I don't know. So they got to the dinner, and Robin gets asked about this damn wedding. And when I tell you, I hate how the commercial break in between that part, because it was to the point where she was like, well, I don't know if I need one. And I'm like, at first, no. At first, I was like, okay, well, she realizes that she doesn't need to get married, and maybe they could just do what they've been doing, just not being married. Okay, fine. That's really what you want to do. I don't know who's making you get married, but because you keep on saying it every season and it don't happen. But when it came back from the commercial, it was like, oh, meaning like a traditional wedding. I'm just like, girl, make up your damn mind. Robin gets on my nerves with this conversation. I feel like every episode, this wedding has to be addressed for some reason. I don't, girl. And they keep on asking her, like, Giselle, let me tell you something. You fake as hell, because I've seen that face. That's the face, like, girl, what is you talking about? You sound dumb as hell. But you don't want to do that because that's your good girl. That's your good Judy. Whatever. Now, Giselle brings up the Charisse and Karen situation again. What do you know? So they get into it. Basically, Giselle says she's the queen of Potomac, and I'm just like, okay, all right, Giselle, okay, but that's real big of you to say that. And Karen is completely disengaged with the whole conversation. She's not trying to have it. Robin chimes in. They kind of get into it. And then Charisse chimes in, and she basically pulls rank, and this is where she said, I brought this group together. And then Karen was like, you didn't know me or whatever. Yeah, I didn't know you, but I recommended you. And you're the reason you should. And now at that point, I was like, all right. You see the part where she was like, you should be thanking me that you're on here. I was like, oh, okay, shit, okay. All right, Charisse pulling rank. But in all actuality, yeah, I mean, she recommended you. She's basically the reason that you're here. I'm not saying that you need to grovel at this girl's feet or whatever, but I mean, stay cordial. If you don't really like her, then whatever. You ain't gotta do nothing with her. Just be cordial or whatever, child. I mean, or just give somebody a valid reason why you don't like them. Candace brings up the parallel, like, of how I think Karen doesn't want to. Karen apologizes to the group, but she doesn't want to apologize to Charisse. And then Candace brought up the fact that, this reminds me of the whole Wendy and Mia beef, and they get into it again, and basically Wendy's like, you don't know how to be a friend. You've been friends with this girl for 30 years and don't even know how to do that. They go back and forth, and I'm just like, at the end of the day, Mia was wrong. Like, and she doesn't want to admit that, yes, that is assault. You threw water at somebody. I think you threw like food at somebody, tried to throw food or a plate at her or whatever. Like, that is assault. Like, she could have called 911 at that point. I mean, look, you look like you was going to get bucked. So, yeah, like, it was assault. And for her to just completely just be like, oh, girl, whatever, I don't care. Like, it's not like be so nonchalant and they be like, I'm sorry, I threw a drink at you, whatever. Now what? Like Wendy said, that girl is a gutter beep. Okay, because it just gives gutter mentality. It gives gutter mentality. Now the whole story of the gay rumors with Gordon, I mean, yeah, I can see how you can misconstrue Wendy's words and saying like, oh, because you sleep with women and men, you and your husband sleep with women, and whatever the case is. Girl, that's not why you. That was well after, I believe that was well after you threw the drink at her. And girl, if it ain't true, why you worried about it so much? Let me get my water. I'm just saying. But go off, sis. Anyway, I think that's it for this episode. I know next episode, Robin apparently got some receipts on Karen about this person that got blue eyes or whatever, and whatever the case is with who is she been cheating on? I don't know, child. But that episode is happening next week. We'll probably go live on my channel. Not sure if I'll do a video for that, but if I don't, I got you on Tuesday with the live show. And yeah, like this video, leave a comment, and interact for more.